Attention passionate Dallas, COWBOYS. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Dallas Cowboys' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Dallas Cowboys fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Dallas, COWBOYS. Let's get to the news, all right. Folks, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you could be one of the biggest moves of the NFL season so far. And it's all centered around a potential blockbuster trade that might shake up the NFC East in a way we haven't seen in years. Rumors are swirling around the league that the Denver Broncos, sitting comfortably at 10-2 and owning a solid lead in the AFC West, are contemplating parting ways with one of their most valuable assets, Patrick Surtain, the shutdown corner who's been a cornerstone of their defense since he was drafted 9th overall in 2021. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Is this really happening? Surtain leaving Denver. Well, sources close to the league are whispering that the Broncos, facing some cap crunch with only about $15 million left, and a defense that's not quite as dominant as it used to be, are looking to trade Surtain to the Cowboys. And in return, reports suggest they're asking for a first-round pick in 2026 and a fourth-rounder in 2027, which honestly makes a lot of sense given Surtain's elite talent and the impact he could have on Dallas's secondary. Now, let's back up a bit and look at what this move could mean. Surtain, at just 25 years old, is a true lockdown corner, a guy who's been compared to some of the best in the league. He's got a career 4 interceptions, a top 3 PFF grade for corners in 2025 at 92, and a style of coverage that just screams shutdown. In 2025, he's played 12 games, racked up 15 solo tackles, 10 assists, and forced 2 turnovers, both interceptions, which he returned for a total of 45 yards. His coverage stats are off the charts, allowing only about 1.8 yards per completion in 2023, which is better than Ramsey's peak in 2021, and his PFF WAR of 2. 8 puts him in the same league as some of the elite corners of the last decade, like Revis at his best. This guy is a game changer, a true Cerberus of the defense, and for the Cowboys, adding him would be like striking gold. It's not just about the numbers either. It's about what he brings to the field, consistency, elite coverage ability, and a mentality that can elevate the entire secondary. So what's the catch? Well, Denver's defense, despite Surtain's brilliance, is struggling to contain deep passes, allowing completion rates of 62% on deep throws, up 10% from previous seasons. Their coverage has become a bit of a liability, especially in the deep zones, and that's a huge concern when facing high-powered offenses like the Chiefs or even teams like the Cowboys. They're doing their best to free up cap space, about $18 million, mainly to bolster their offensive line and quarterback depth, but it's clear that their secondary, especially with Surtain potentially moving on, could be vulnerable. Denver has prioritized their offense this season, trying to push for more wins, but their defense's collapse in recent weeks has been evident, and losing a player of Surtain's caliber could accelerate that decline. It's a risky play, but for the Cowboys, it's an opportunity to upgrade an already strong secondary. Now, let's talk about Dallas's side of the equation. The 6-5-1 record and playoff odds sitting around plus 8,000 every game counts, especially with the recent injury to Trevon Diggs, who remains out indefinitely. That's where Surtain becomes a game changer. Pairing him with Kelvin Joseph and Jordan Lewis, the Cowboys would have an elite duo, 2 corners who can shut down anything the NFC East throws at them. Surtain's addition would help reduce big plays significantly, cutting down their average yards allowed on big plays from 24. 8 to around 16 yards. That's a massive improvement and crucial when you're trying to contain teams like the Eagles or the Giants, who rely heavily on explosive plays. Plus, with Surtain's ability to disrupt routes, he's responsible for 120-plus disruptions this season. Dallas's defense would become even more formidable, especially in high-pressure moments. His presence would give Mike McCarthy's unit a much-needed boost, enabling them to play more aggressively and trust their coverage more, which is vital as the playoff picture comes into focus. And don't forget, with Diggs out, the secondary has taken a hit, but Surtain would step in and help fill that gap, giving the Cowboys a true lockdown corner that can match up against the best receivers in the league. If he joins Dallas, we're looking at a secondary that would rank among the top in the league, probably top 10 or even top 5 in pass defense. That's a game changer, especially considering how much the NFC East is shaping up to be a shootout with teams like the Eagles and Commanders. The Cowboys, with their balanced offense led by Dak Prescott, who's been playing some of his best football this season with an 89-2 passer rating and over 700 yards passing, will get a huge boost. CeeDee Lamb continues to develop as one of the league's top receivers, with his yards after catch increasing by 12% and averaging around 4.7 yards per carry. The offense is clicking, but the defense, especially the secondary, is what's been the key to their recent success in climbing the standings. Now, let's pause here for a second. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Dallas Cowboys news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Imagine the impact of adding Certain to this mix. Imagine him shutting down the top receivers in the league, forcing turnovers, and turning the tide in Dallas's favor as they push toward the playoffs. It's not just about this season. It's about establishing a legacy, building a defense that can contend year after year, and finally getting that coveted Super Bowl trophy that Cowboys fans have been dreaming about for decades. Certain's presence could be the difference maker, especially in the cold weather playoff games, where his elite coverage ability and knack for making plays under pressure come into full effect. Looking ahead, the betting odds for the Super Bowl might shift dramatically if this trade happens. Currently, Dallas's odds are around plus 4,000, but with Certain in the mix, they could see a significant boost, especially considering his ability to perform at an elite level against top competition. His projected impact in the playoffs, with 3 INTs predicted in cold weather sites, and his ability to lock down the league's best receivers, makes him a true X-factor for Dallas. This move would also send a message across the league that the Cowboys are serious about competing now, not just hoping to sneak into the playoffs, but establishing themselves as a true contender. The trade deadline, which is approaching fast, could be the moment where everything changes. Dallas has made some bold moves in recent years, and this could be the biggest one yet. The Cowboys' front office, led by Jerry Jones, has shown time and again that they're willing to make aggressive moves to win, and acquiring Certain would certainly fit that mold. It would send a clear statement to the NFC East and the rest of the league. Dallas isn't just here to compete, they're here to dominate. The division rivals like the Eagles and Commanders will need to rethink their strategies, knowing that the Cowboys are fortifying their defense with one of the best corners in the league. And let's not forget the historical context. The Cowboys have always been about building strong defenses and having a dominant secondary. From the days of Deion Sanders to Charles Haley, Dallas has always prioritized locking down the pass and creating turnovers. Adding Certain would be like reconnecting with that legacy, bringing back that swagger and confidence that the defense can shut down any offense. It's a move that could inspire the entire team, boost morale, and energize the fan base just in time for the stretch run. Looking at the bigger picture, the AFC West's Denver Broncos are gambling on their future, trying to free up cap space and focus on rebuilding their offense. But losing Certain could be a blow to their chances of staying competitive in the long run. Their defense, which was once considered one of the league's best, could take a hit, especially in coverage. Meanwhile, the Cowboys, with their current roster, are on the cusp of greatness, just needing that final piece to push them over the top. A player like Certain, with his elite coverage skills and ability to make game-changing plays, could be that piece. So fans, if this trade goes down, it will be one of those moments we'll remember for years. It could be the spark that propels Dallas into Super Bowl contention, finally ending that long drought and restoring the Cowboys' status as a powerhouse. It's about more than just one player. It's about creating a complete team capable of handling the best defenses in the league, especially when it counts the most, during the playoffs. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Dallas Cowboys. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Dallas Cowboys news.